It's that time of year. It's holidays. It's the time of year to shop. It's the time of year to get ready to go out to parties. It's the time of year where there are decorations in the street, and I'm starting to get that feeling. I drove through a neighborhood the other day that had their lights up already, and Dior is in it. They're in it to win it. Every year they have limited editions for the holiday, they have special releases for the holiday, and they have special packaging for the holiday that's insanely beautiful. Every time, they never miss it. I think this time, this is probably my favorite. But I keep these boxes. I have three, a red one, a blue one, and I have one from spring they did several years ago, and they're great for keeping my makeup in. So I did a little gifting, and it was gifting to myself. This is the incredible box. So if you're looking for someone else, you need to consider this because they're going to keep it forever. It is so, so beautiful. And they have some special things this year. I don't know if they've done it before, but you can get little charms and have them attached to ribbons. And you can do it for makeup, but I've seen people do it for their perfumes. And Dior has been around since I think the 40s when it comes to perfume. They do really, really good perfumes. My favorite Dior's are the older ones like Diorissimo, which is the lily of the valley, which a lot of people actually like. A spring scent in the cold winter because it makes them think spring is coming, it's on the way. But these charms are absolutely adorable. Or you can have the ribbon embroidered with the name or initials of whoever is getting it. And you keep those things. The packaging is half the fun. But let's take a look at what I got. I got a limited edition and, well, a couple of limited editions. I got this face palette. Again, this box, insane. But this is heavy. This is metal. This is how you keep it closed. When you're done with this little jewelry box, it has a mirror and it's a face palette. I think what I want to do is more of an everyday look. And if you have been watching me for a while, you know it's not unusual for me to say, but let's go a little deeper. Let's do a little more. So we might try an evening look out of this. So I've removed the plastic protector, and we have lip colors right here, we have blush colors right here, we have highlighters right here, and here we have their eyeshadows. And I think Dior makes very, very nice eyeshadows. Ever since they reformulated them a couple of years ago, I'm just deeply, deeply impressed. And this package is, it's so beautiful, right? What a beautiful gift to yourself or to somebody else, someone who loves makeup, or somebody who loves makeup and they never treat themselves. I also got one of their lip sequins. So this is Liaison, and it is a liquid lip with sparkles. And this is more of a nude color, and this is released just for the holiday. And I think it is a limited edition. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's a holiday release. And then I have some other Dior goodies, and I'm going to put them on my face, and we'll get on to it. I think I'll just put up my hair, and we're going to do Dior face, and we're going to check out their limited editions for this year, and I'll be right back. I thought I'd do a little high pony. And I'm going to go on with these. So these two came out this year. It's a contour and a foundation. And I really love this contour, so easy, and I love the foundation, but I got a new color, and I will write down the color below because you know I'm blind, but this color works much better for me than the color I did the video on. And down below, I'm also going to leave a link to the charms and the ribbon engraving and all that stuff in case you're giving gifts. Those can work really well with perfumes, it can work well with lipsticks, and we love the ribbons. Anyway, I'm taking this rougher brush and I'm going to pick it up this way. I've done my skincare and my sunscreen, and I'm all ready to receive the goodies, but I feel like I'm not terribly red today. So I'm not going to swipe it onto my face, which gives you really, really good coverage if that's what you're looking for. I'm just going to kind of dot it. And look how nice that shade is for me. And this, I demonstrated when I reviewed this, you can absolutely use your fingers. And if you're someone who doesn't need a lot of coverage, I have overall redness. So I kind of feel I need a lot all over the place, or maybe a little coverage all over the place. But if you just have areas, a lot of people, it's around the nose. You just kind of do this, and then as you get away from that area you're trying to cover, stretch it out so it shears out and you can't really tell it's not your skin. That's one way to go. I like a little more coverage. And you can see the sunscreen I'm using today is not too shiny. And the finish on this, I feel, is natural. It's not matte, but it's not super radiant either. And just a little around this area. Oftentimes, you guys, I feel like after I do my foundation, I don't really need much else because the redness bothers me so much. I am going to use this under my eyes. I find that when you're doing under the eyes, it can look a little weird because it's so much lighter and it's so hard to get the exact right shade. And oftentimes I feel like I'm just going to go ahead and do my foundation under here. Foundation is thinner and it usually is better for older skin, you know, because it's not thick. And I really like the result, and it makes the whole look very unfussy. I'm just going to lean in here and cut in so you can see what's going on the face. I really like this. And you can always go in with a beauty blender too. You can go in with something damp or dry. If you feel like it's a little too much coverage and you want to go a little more natural, just kind of pounce and press, and a little bit less. I find pressing a cream foundation into the skin is not a bad thing. Really helps it to mesh together with your skincare, with everything natural. So I can see a little bit of my redness coming through, but I still do like how perfected I look. I'm taking another brush that's very similar to my foundation brush. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little more dense, and I'm going to pick up some of the contour. And I'll have all the colors listed below. It's so subtle. In my monitor, I can see it for sure, but in real life, it looks like a shadow, and that's what I want. And for me, a little up here. A lot of women get thinner in their face as they get older. That's not the case for me. I'm a sagger, not a hollower. But if you're a hollower, you probably wouldn't want to go right there. I am good with it. And it's just so subtle. All right, there you go. So that is 01 Light for the contour. Not bad. And this is 2CR for the foundation. And I feel like I'm ready to go in with the face palette. And I'll just bring you in. I'm looking at my uneven hair. This is why ponies are so difficult. But look at that. So pretty. So let's open this up. It's so pretty. Look how pretty she is. Now this color here has a little bit of warmth. It's a bricky brown, but I love the taupey kind of things. And I want to try more of a daily look, something classic, something you could wear with just about anything, something you could do every day. So it's going to be this shade. And I'm picking up with Squirrel, and we should get something pretty sheer with this, because Squirrel is very soft. And this would be just everyday kind of look, but there's payoff. And I'm just going to use my fingers instead of blending to make this softer. Lately I've been using my fingers a lot, but you could certainly go in with something like this and just do little circles. Make sure the skin is taut when you're doing this so you don't get any skipping. Well, that's another thing I really love about Dior shadows. They work so well with older skin. Crepey skin, skin that isn't taut, skin that needs a little more help, especially when it comes to the eyes, really nicely. So for me, this could be it. I'm looking at the monitor, one and done. It gives me what I need, a little bit of depth, brings out the color of my eyes, and I'm fine. But we have other shades, and I want to play. So I'm taking a tapered brush and going in with this, and we're going to try to open the eyes up just a little bit. And this color will also look great on a brow bone. So let's do both. So I'm going to go inside right here, and again, making sure that eye is taut. And this has a beautiful pinky undertone and a little bit of shine, but it's not too much. So you'll see it here, hopefully, and when I open up, you just see an openness. You don't necessarily see the highlighter, and just a touch right here. Not a lot. Yeah, wow, this is such a pretty shade. You know what? This would look good all over the lid. That would be a way to go. You know what? I'm gonna just do a little bit more on the lid, and you would have that taupey color would be your definition. And then I'm going to go in with the center color right here. And that's really pretty. I'm just laying it over the lid on top of the first color. Ooh. There's a little bit of gold. So the first one has a little bit of pink, and the second one has a little bit of gold. I'm moving around so I can, get light where I can see what's going on. I know it looks probably different than most of my videos, but I'm always going to come back to you so you can see what's going on. Isn't that lovely? And it just kind of opens up everything. But I still want to go in with that chocolate color. So here we have a really small brush. I think small brushes are super key for everybody. Doesn't matter what kind of eyes you have, because they're so helpful. Just the other day I was using a brightening color in the form of a pencil right under the eyes, and it looked a little chunky. And you go in with something like this. I'm going to play this right by the lash line, so it's not going to be like a liner, because I am going to smudge it with my fingers a little bit. And because I'm so hooded, I'm not going to wing this, but you could if you're not hooded. And you can see it's as good as having a liner, but it's softer because it's a powder, and it can be made softer still with, I could go back to that tapered brush like this, do a little bit of blending, another small brush, or just use my finger, which I'm going to do. I'm just patting this. It's time for some mascara. This is such a beautiful mascara. I just adore it. And I used to have it in a brown color, but that, you shouldn't keep your mascaras forever. And I have a black one now, and it really gives you a lovely looking lash. I think I'm ready for some brows. And this has this interesting, it's not a brush, it's a diffuser, let's call it that. And it's a flat, wide, I hope you can see this, it's flat and wide, and that's my favorite kind of brow product. And I'll be right back. And now just use that smoother so it looks completely natural. So these cheek colors are both perfect. This one, perfect for every day, just every day for my skin tone, light medium and lighter. And then this one is a spring Dream. I love this kind of shade, and I have used shades like this in the spring for a very, very long time. And you could also mix them together if you wanted a little bit of that brightness with a little bit of that nudish look. I think what I'm going to do is the nudish look, because I feel like the look that I have right now is everyday. It's an everyday look where you're polished. It's not a no makeup look, but a little nude will do well. So I'm going to pick this up and right on top of the cheekbone. Really, really subtle. It doesn't scream, but it does the job. It's just so sophisticated looking. Now I'm going to go into that peachy pink and take it off of my hand because I'm going super light-handed. And when I want a little pop to make myself look a little bit younger, a little bit fresher, and help my eyes out, I like to put it right below my eye. And now I have both shades, and it just doesn't look like too much. Again, if you've been here for a long time, you know that this fuchsia is calling my name, but I want to do something more sophisticated, so I'm going to stay in this realm for the lips. You can do it with your fingers, you can do it with a brush. I am picking up this one, and this is kind of a your lips but better in cold weather, you know, like a biting your lips kind of shade. It's not. I think this suits the look. Okay, so there we have with the second color in, and it smells like vanilla, which I'm crazy about vanilla scented lip products. I don't know why. Because vanilla is all things good, you know? So I took that off, and it feels really nice on the lips. It feels comfortable and moisturizing, and I'm here for this formula. You can see it stained the lip just a little bit. I'm going to go in with this nudish color, and this time I'm going to use a brush. I like that blotted look and kind of not lip that isn't too defined, largely because my lips are far from perfect and I call attention to it. But this kind of brush will allow you the opportunity to be super precise. There. I feel like this is almost like a brownie pink. Not hugely pink, but a little bit, and maybe a little bit more neutral for some people, although the first color was really lovely too. I kind of want to try. I'm going to go over this fuchsia. You know what? Oh, I'm going to go over with the red. I love the brights. I love the brights. Okay, I'm going to go over with the red. So that is this one right here. And Dior's 999, such a great red. It totally works with the eyes because the eyes are just so classic. They're not one thing or another. They're just a flattering bunch of colors, and you can do any lip you want with it. So that's that. But we have to try the sequins. I wanted to show you what the highlighter looks like, but I cannot find my highlighter brush. So I'm going to use this, which is my powder brush, and I want to go in with the pinker one, I think. It should be very, very subtle, and I already have a very pretty glow going on, I think, but I want to see what this is all about. Super pretty. I'm loving these eyes. So now let's go on with the sequin, and by now you guys, you have seen, I probably popped in that B-roll of the charms and the ribbons. Are those not so cute? Who doesn't like a charm? And I had also seen they had a lipstick case that is so beautiful, and I have one. This is the spring one from I think last year. So you buy the case and then you buy this to put in it, and the case is forever. And this case is so beautiful that the one they have for holiday is insane. I might have to buy that for myself because I like a little something special once in a while. Little things like packaging can make me happy. So let's go on with the sequins. And this is a liquid lip with sequins in it. So it's the kind of thing that it's going to stay on for hours and hours. Think party. Because sequins to me on the lips gives a little bit of very subtle, sophisticated shine. So you can see it's not aggressive, it's not flashy, it's just sophisticated. But I think it would be so beautiful at a home party where the lighting is kind of low, or a restaurant where it's mainly candlelight and some ambient light, and it's just a little something on your lips. Yeah, it's so pretty. It's just a little bit of something. So at the beginning of the video, I said I might go a little more holiday, but I just love this. I'm fine. I'm not going to go a little deeper with this, but this palette, kind of an everyday palette, but it gives you some options. There are a couple more things that I want to tell you about. So there's a code, and I will put the code down below in the description box, but I believe it's Magic Q4. And you'll get a complimentary gift with purchase, like I got that little perfume, when you spend $130 or more, and that expires December 31st. They also have complimentary 2-day shipping on $150 purchases for beauty from Thursday the 12th to December 16th. And that's at 1 p.m. Eastern, which is such an odd thing. 1 p.m. Eastern. You know what? I bet it's European. I bet that's why it's such an interesting time. Overnight shipping is complimentary on $200 or more, starting 12/16 at 1 p.m. and ending at 12/19 at 1 p.m. Eastern. So you know, I love Dior. I love Dior. I love their makeup. I love so many of their foundations. I love their eyeshadow. I just love their lips. I love their red. There's so much to love about Dior, so it's kind of natural for me to do this, I think, very sophisticated, not flashy, but I've pulled myself together. I can wear anything with this, and I feel really confident. It's interesting, you know, oftentimes when I do videos, I'm sitting down and I'm thinking, and then by the time I'm done, I'm smiling and I'm happy because I feel put together. And that is what I'm getting out of this. So whether you're shopping for yourself, and there is nothing wrong with that, or for somebody else, this might be a good way for you to go. And that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope it was fun. I hope I might have given you some ideas. These all get thumbs up from me. And that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out. I hope it was helpful. I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.